Hello, everyone. Merry Christmas from the Highlander the Highlander Wrestling Show. This isn't my Christmas special yet, which is coming up pretty soon, the next 2 days or so. But anyway, I should have it up in 2 days. And anyway, I am here to talk about something that I don't see no other channels on YouTube on wrestling talk about. It's the WWF Wrestling album, which I got right here on vinyl. See there, you got Vince McMahon, Mean Gene Oakland, Jesse Ventura. There's Howard Finkel, the Macho Man, Miss Elizabeth, Freddie Blassie, the Killer Bees. There's Jimmy Hart, Junkyard Dog, Ricky Steamboat, Hillbilly Jim. And on the back, it's got some more of the WWF wrestlers. There's Paul Wonderful, George Steele, Greg Valentine, The Missing Link, Uncle Elmer, Bob Orton, The Strike. There's Mike Returner, IRS, and there's Barry Windham when they were WWF Tag Team Champions. And of course, there's Hulk Hogan. Let me set this down for just a minute. The producers of this album was David Wolf, which I'm not sure if he wound up marrying Cyndi Lauper. I want to say he did. It was David Wolf, Cyndi Lauper, Jim Steinman, Rick Dellinger, and which he played on the album. It was done in November the 9th, 1985, year before I actually started watching pro wrestling. It was the album actually featured the theme from Hulk Hogan's Rock and Wrestling cartoon, and it had a lot of great stuff on it. It had every time a song got over with, it'll be Mean Gene Okerlund. He played a song on there. Well, where I was getting at was after every song, Vince McMahon and Jesse the Body Ventura would do their little talk, about everything. But anyway, let me get this album back up in here. Oh yeah, the front and side of the album is always hilarious. So there's David Wolf and there's Roddy Piper right there, and there's the Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov. There's Jimmy Hart. There's the Hillbillies, which that was a pretty funny looking look how Roddy Piper's looking on Mr. Tug Cow, yeah, and there's Captain Lou Albano. Um, Anyway, but I'm gonna get to the songs on this album. One had all the superstars in this whole video thing. I think even Meatloaf wound up showing his face on the video for this song I'm going to talk about on first. It was called "The Land of a Thousand Dances," which is great. The WWF wrestlers, superstars, they did a very good job. Believe it or not, y'all can look it up on YouTube on that song, WWF Land of a Thousand Dances by the wrestling superstars. It had a bunch of guys had Roddy Piper, it had George Steele, it had Greg Valentine, it was on it, Classy Freddie Blassie. Had a lot of great superstars on it that did their little theme, on there. But anyway, I'm going to go to another song on there, which, like I said, Jimmy Hart, and I'm trying to remember what the name of the group was. Mouth of South Jimmy Hart actually had a group back in the 60s in Memphis before he became a manager for pro wrestling. But he did a song on here which the man could actually play just about any kind of instrument. And he could sing. I give Mouth of South Jimmy Hart that credit. He could sing. But his song on this album was "Eat Your Heart Out, Rick Springfield," which was a comedy, for that whole ordeal. But Jimmy Hart, he done a perfect job. I mean, he was good. Which, in my opinion, he sounded a lot better than Rick Springfield. But I mean, that's just my opinion. But the next song that was on this album, which Mean Gene Oakland, he nailed it on the head, which this is more of his time period. The song was called, he did his version of Tutti Frutti, which I give the man credit. he did a great job, in my opinion. He did a great job singing the national anthem at the first WrestleMania. The man, I can't say nothing bad about the song. Very great. And of course, the one I was wanting to talk about on here, which is the man. He went as he was on the Rock and Wrestling cartoon. He was on Body Slam movie. He also played in that movie Stay Tuned movie. He made an appearance in that movie. He played the original Mario, the live version, and the voice of the cartoon. And I think he did King Koopa's voice on there too. But Captain Lou Albano, The History of Music was the name of his song that was on here, which very colorful, very original, very talented. I mean, I give the man props. These wrestlers, they will surprise you. I mean, I wouldn't sit there and say I win a nominee award around the world, but I mean, they did a great job. And of course, Rick Dellinger did his song on this album, which is a from can't even pronounce it right. Unbelievable song, especially for this period of time. A lot of people should play it more. I'm a Real American by Rick Dellinger, Hulk Hogan's theme, which the man was a real American. I mean, he stood up for everybody's rights in the pro wrestling. You know, he was a superhero. You know, he supported the troops overseas when all the wars were going on back in the 90s, you know, Desert Storm and all that. You know, I mean, the man was everything wrestling is, what he made what wrestling is to this day. Uh, but anyway, the next song, oh, Lord have mercy. Rowdy Piper has a song on here that his song was called For Everybody. Now, everybody out there, y'all need to find that on YouTube or anything else. You know, if y'all have any kind of, look it up. It's called WWF Wrestling Album Rowdy Piper's For Everybody. And it's a comical song. That's all I'm going to put it. It's hilarious. It's all get out. Just as funny as him coming up on the interrupting the Land of a Thousand Dances on there. I mean, that was just hilarious. Of course, Roddy Piper, he the man. The next song, which I'm trying to remember what that woman's name is that he sung with on here, but it was Junkyard Dogs Grab Them Cakes. She was a famous 80s pop star, but I cannot think of the woman's name to save my life. But him and her did a song together, which was very great. Very original. Junkyard Dog, he had rhythm. He was a good. He got down with it. I mean, he had that song down pat. Great. Uh, let's see. Of course, Nikolai Volkov did his national anthem or something. I think that's what it was. The Russian national anthem. He did that on here. And of course, you had Hillbilly Jim. Don't Go Messing with the Country Boys on this album. And it's that's a song they said that on the beginning of it. Mean Gene Oakland, it was Vince McMahon, and I think Mean Gene Oakland told Jesse Ventura to watch out because that song was meant for him. Don't go mess with the country boy. And but yeah, the album, as you can see, it was on Epic, and as for the many people out there, I don't know if y'all could see it. See there, it says the WWF. It's got, you know, the wrestling album. I think Pile Driver came after this. I think this was made first, and then Pile Driver came in later. And of course, you know, there was a lot of wrestlers out there that actually made albums, like Adrian Streets. He made an album. Michael P.S. Hayes made an album. Bad Street USA, which I got it over there. But this WWF wrestling album, they brought it out on CD in 1998, and it was I think it was a big seller for fans and people who were just now at that period of time just getting into pro wrestling, because pro wrestling hit the mainstream back then. I mean, it was on every household. I mean, you had the action figures, the LJNs. You had the rock and wrestling cartoons. I mean, I was very small at the time, but I remember all this. Um, but the album is a must collector for any wrestling fan out there. I've had this one for several years. Bought it from a friend of mine on the coast. Not on the coast, but at Mobile, Alabama. And I got this one, and I always said one day I was like to meet Jesse Ventura or Vince McMahon or something like that. Howard Finkel's done gone. Most of these guys on this album are basically all passed away. You have a few on here that's still alive. But I like to get at least one person from this album on this album cover to actually autograph this. If it either be Hulk Hogan, Jesse Ventura, Vince McMahon, or somebody like that, Hillbilly Jim, just anybody, any of those wrestlers on this album, I would like to get them to autograph it. But the album, like I said, if you can find it on CD, on eBay, or anything like that, wherever, by all means, get it. Or if you got a turntable and you find it on the vinyl record, get it. Y'all won't be disappointed. It's very entertaining. The whole family can listen to it. Kids and everything, they can all listen to it. Now, they may be, kids nowadays may be a little bit, don't know what to think about the rhythm and that particular generation's sound, but I mean, maybe some of them will get into it and actually like it. 'Cause I know a lot of kids now are starting to discover Cindy Lauper. Like they got commercials on now that's got girls just want to have fun, which I remember that stuff. It's funny. But anyway, that was on a lot of stuff back then, even all the way up to 1989. I remember all that was still, relevant. But yeah, the album, it was WF the wrestling album. It was well, actually, there is another thing on there. Vince McMahon actually made a song. I don't know why it didn't ever show up on the album. He played it live on TV. Oh, I'm trying to remember what the name of the song is right now. But Vince McMahon, believe it or not, did a great job with it. I mean, he would surprise you. I mean, he didn't. I mean, like I said, I would put none of them for nominees for around the world. I would sit there and say that it would be a number one hit, number one anything around the world. I wouldn't sit there and say that. But Vince McMahon, it surprised me. Vince McMahon, he was doing it. I mean, he was dancing. He had two ladies out there with him while he was singing the song. He had the loud 80s button-up shirt and tie and everything. He was doing a good job with it. I mean, like I said, it will surprise you. But if anybody out there can tell me what I'm sorry, I cannot remember the name of that song to save my life. It's bothering me now. But Vince McMahon, it was, man, I can't. It's right on the tip of my tongue, too. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and stop right there. So, anybody out there want to comment about the song and everything, y'all want to tell me what it is, and y'all know it, do leave me a comment. I would appreciate it right now. I wish there'd be something you can pop up with people can actually answer me right there. But anyway, Vince McMahon, he made a song, and I think it became a 45. Because either they put it on a 45 and a cassette at the time. Is what I'm thinking how it went. I don't think they actually put it on the album because there wasn't enough room. But I think it was either on a 45. I think it was on a 45 and a cassette. Either one. Somewhere in that area. But Vince, yeah, that was a very, like I said, that was a one-of-a-kind deal, that WWF, the wrestling album. It was great. Like I said, anything wrestling, I love it. I mean, I try to buy stuff from people and everything, which is hard to find nowadays. Especially stuff when I was like 3 or 4 years old, all the way up to now. I'll buy it if I can afford it. But the album, like I said, That's for anybody. If y'all ain't done heard it, or if you have heard it and you ain't heard it in a long time, I mean, like I said, I remember the some of the stuff that was on there they used to play, like the Hulk Hogan rock and wrestling theme song, and I'm a Real American. I heard that ever since I was 3 or 4 years old. Oh, Stand Back. Thank you. Thank you very much. Stand Back was the name of that Vince McMahon he sung called Stand Back. Like I said, if they got a video of it, you would love it. It's very entertaining. Vince was shocking. He actually did a great job, in my opinion. But a lot of people may not think so. But I give them all props because that took guts to do that, and they did a great job. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and shorten up this video. Make sure you keep an eye out for Ultimo Gallo's new videos. He's always got new ones coming up faster than I can. So uh, make sure if you ever see any pro wrestling around your area, go see it because you'll see great pro wrestling. Like I said, I want to say I'm going to have it up and I'm wanting to do it tomorrow. I'm going to go ahead and just say I'm going to do my new video for Christmas tomorrow. If anybody out there wants to leave me a message, let me know if you want me to do it live or just do it like I always do. Film it and then post it. But everybody out there, leave me a comment about what you think I should do. And tomorrow I will let everybody know. Leave a comment where I see what y'all put on here. So anyway, I hope everybody out there is still having a great and fun Christmas, excited what's all been going on, and watch out for this new video for tomorrow night. If it's going to either go live or if I'm going to post it after I get done recording it. So anyway, y'all take care.